Number 7, friendship and teamwork. More like a bunch of spiky-haired warriors getting together to scream their way through battles. But hey, there's more to it than meets the eye. Toriyama might not have meant to, but he ended up teaching us all a valuable lesson, that having friends and working together can actually help you win fights, not just in anime but in real life too. Take Goku, for example. This guy collects friends like they're Dragon Balls, and he knows how to use them. Whether it's Krillin, Piccolo, or even that weird-looking pig guy, Goku understands the power of friendship. Sure, he's strong on his own, but with his friends by his side, he's practically unbeatable. And let's not forget the emotional support they provide. I mean, who else is going to cheer you on while you're charging up your spirit bomb? Then there's Krillin, the bald wonder. This guy might not be the strongest fighter, but he's always there for his friends, even if it means getting blown up a few times. And let's be real, who hasn't had a friend like Krillin, the one who's always willing to take one for the team? And let's not forget Piccolo, the Namekian with a heart of, well, not gold, but maybe bronze. This guy starts off as a villain but ends up being one of Goku's closest allies. Talk about a character arc. Piccolo teaches us that it's never too late to change, and that even the most unlikely friendships can be the strongest. But it's not just about the individual friendships, it's about the teamwork too. Time and time again, we see the Z fighters coming together to take down enemies that no one of them could defeat alone. It's like a dysfunctional family reunion, but with more energy blasts and fewer potato salads. So, next time you're facing a tough challenge, remember the Z fighters. Remember that having friends by your side can make all the difference. And if all else fails, just scream really loud and hope for the best. Hey, it works for Goku. Number 6, perseverance and hard work. Dragon Ball, the classic tale of spiky-haired warriors, epic battles, and screaming at the top of your lungs until the bad guys explode. But beyond the energy blasts and gravity-defying hair, there's a deeper message about perseverance and hard work, embodied in the characters of Goku and Vegeta. Let's start with Goku, the poster boy for perseverance. This guy starts off as a kid with a tail, living in the woods, and thinking the moon is a giant cookie. But don't let his innocent demeanor fool you. This dude is a powerhouse in the making. Sure, he's got some natural talent, being a scion and all, but he doesn't rely on that alone. Goku trains like a maniac, pushing himself to the limit and beyond to become the strongest fighter in the universe. And then we have Vegeta, the prince of all scions and the king of arrogance. This guy struts around like he owns the place, thinking his royal blood makes him better than everyone else. But as the series progresses, he starts to realize that maybe, just maybe, there's more to strength than being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. He sees Goku, a low-class scion, surpassing him time and time again through sheer hard work and determination. And it eats away at him, driving him to train harder and push himself further than he ever thought possible. What Toriyama is trying to tell us through Goku and Vegeta is that strength isn't just about how strong you are, it's about the journey you take to get there. It's about pushing yourself beyond your limits, overcoming your weaknesses, and never giving up, no matter how tough things get. Whether you're a spiky-haired warrior or just a regular person trying to make it through the day, the message is clear: with enough hard work and perseverance, you can achieve anything. So next time you're feeling down and out, just remember Goku and Vegeta. Remember their epic battles, their relentless training, and their unwavering determination. And remember that if they can do it, so can you. Because in the end, the only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to keep pushing forward, no matter what. Number 5, self-improvement and growth. Sounds like a bunch of spiky-haired warriors trying to one-up each other. But hey, there's more to it than just screaming and power levels. Toriyama actually sneaks in some pretty deep lessons about personal growth and development, using characters like Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo to show us that even the most stubborn scions can change for the better. Let's start with Gohan, the kid with the potential to be stronger than his dad but spends more time hitting the books than hitting the gym. Gohan's journey is like watching a baby bird learn to fly, except instead of wings, he's got a scion tail and a lot of potential. From a timid scholar to a confident fighter, Gohan shows us that personal growth is about stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing new challenges, even if they involve fighting aliens and androids. Then there's Vegeta, the prince of all scions and the king of stubbornness. This guy starts off thinking he's hot stuff, strutting around like he owns the place. But as the series progresses, he starts to realize that maybe, just maybe, there's more to strength than just muscles and pride. Vegeta's journey is all about acknowledging his weaknesses, humbling himself, and learning to ask for help when he needs it. I mean, who would have thought the prince of all scions would end up taking orders from a Namekian? And let's not forget Piccolo, the green guy with the antennas and the attitude. Piccolo starts off as a villain, hell-bent on world domination and all that jazz. But as he spends more time with Gohan and the gang, he starts to soften up, showing us that even the most hardened hearts can be melted by friendship and a few well-timed energy blasts. Toriyama uses these characters to remind us that personal growth is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing change, facing your fears, and learning from your mistakes. So next time you're feeling stuck in a rut, just remember Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo. Remember that even the strongest warriors started off as scrappy kids with a dream. And remember that with enough perseverance and a few well-timed spirit bombs, anything is possible. Number 4, facing challenges with courage. Courage and Dragon Ball? More like a bunch of spiky-haired warriors charging headfirst into danger without a second thought. But hey, there's more to it than just flying fists and energy blasts. Toriyama actually sneaks in some pretty deep lessons about courage, using characters like Goku and Gohan to show us that even the strongest warriors have moments of doubt and fear. Let's start with Goku, the guy who never met a challenge he didn't like. Whether it's a powerful alien warlord or a pint-sized martial artist, Goku never backs down from a fight. Sure, he's got the strength to back it up, being a scion and all, but it's his courage that really sets him apart. Goku isn't fearless, he feels fear just like anyone else. But instead of letting it hold him back, he uses it as fuel to drive him forward, facing his fears head-on and coming out stronger on the other side. Then there's Gohan, Goku's son and the poster child for reluctant warriors. Gohan would rather be studying or playing with his friends than fighting bad guys, but when push comes to shove, he always steps up to the plate. Gohan shows us that courage isn't about being unafraid, it's about doing what needs to be done, even when you're scared out of your mind. Toriyama uses these characters to remind us that courage isn't about being invincible, it's about being willing to face your fears and fight for what you believe in. So next time you're feeling scared or overwhelmed, just remember Goku and Gohan. Remember that even the strongest warriors have moments of doubt, but it's how you face those moments that defines your courage. And remember that with a little bit of bravery and a lot of yelling, you can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. Number 3, the consequences of greed and arrogance. Toriyama uses characters like Frieza and Cell to show us that being greedy and arrogant might get you some cool powers and a fancy spaceship, but it'll also get you a one-way ticket to defeat City. Let's start with Frieza, the tyrant with the tail and the terrible temper. This guy thinks he's the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, the emperor of the universe. And sure, he's got the power to back it up, being able to blow up planets and all, but his greed knows no bounds. Frieza wants it all, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get it. But in the end, all his power and all his schemes are no match for a scion with a grudge and a super scion transformation up his sleeve. Then there's Cell, the bug-like bioengineered baddie with a superiority complex. This guy thinks he's perfect, the ultimate being, the pinnacle of evolution. But for all his talk of perfection, Cell fails to see the flaws in his own design, namely the fact that he's not immune to a good old-fashioned beatdown. His arrogance blinds him to his weaknesses, and it's his undoing in the end. Toriyama uses these characters to remind us that greed and arrogance are like a one-way ticket to defeat City. Sure, they might get you some short-term gains, but in the long run, they'll leave you lying in a crater with your tail between your legs. So next time you're feeling a little too full of yourself, just remember Frieza and Cell. Remember that no matter how powerful you think you are, there's always someone out there ready to knock you down a peg or two. And remember that true strength comes not from greed and arrogance, but from humility and moderation. Number 2, the value of life and peace. There's more to it than just flashy fights and power levels over 9,000. Toriyama actually sneaks in some pretty deep lessons about the value of life and the importance of peace, using characters like Goku and Gohan to show us that sometimes, the best way to win a fight is not to fight at all. Let's start with Goku, the guy who's always ready to throw down but would rather be farming or eating than fighting. Goku might be a scion, bred for battle and all that jazz, but he's also got a soft spot for life and peace. He'll do whatever it takes to protect innocent lives, even if it means putting his own on the line. Goku shows us that true strength isn't just about how hard you can punch, it's about how far you're willing to go to protect those you care about. Then there's Gohan, Goku's son and the reluctant warrior. Gohan would rather be studying or playing with his friends than fighting bad guys, but when push comes to shove, he always steps up to the plate. Gohan reminds us that sometimes, peace can only be achieved through strength, but that doesn't mean you have to enjoy the fighting. Toriyama uses these characters to remind us that life and peace are worth fighting for, even if it means throwing a few punches along the way. So next time you're feeling like starting a fight, just remember Goku and Gohan. Remember that sometimes, the best way to win is to walk away. And remember that true strength lies not in the ability to destroy, but in the ability to protect and preserve. Number 1, balance and harmony. Toriyama actually sneaks in some pretty deep lessons about balance and harmony, using characters like Goku and Piccolo to show us that even the most powerful warriors need to find balance in their lives. Let's start with Goku, the guy who's always smiling and ready to fight but also knows when to hang up his GI and spend some quality time with his family. Goku might be a scion, bred for battle and all that jazz, but he also understands the importance of balance. He knows that true strength comes not just from physical power, but from inner peace and harmony. Then there's Piccolo, the Namekian with a chip on his shoulder and a lot of anger issues. Piccolo starts off as a villain, hell-bent on world domination and all that jazz, but as he spends more time with Goku and the gang, he starts to mellow out. Piccolo shows us that even the most hardened hearts can find peace and balance if they're willing to look for it. Toriyama uses these characters to remind us that balance and harmony are about more than just physical strength. They're about finding peace within yourself and with those around you. So next time you're feeling off-kilter, just remember Goku and Piccolo. Remember that even the strongest warriors need to find balance in their lives, and that true strength comes from finding peace within yourself. And remember, it's okay to punch a bad guy in the face every now and then, as long as you do it with a smile. Toriyama teaches us about the importance of perseverance, friendship, self-improvement, courage, the negative consequences of greed and arrogance, the value of life and peace, and the concept of balance and harmony. These themes resonate with viewers and readers because they are universal and applicable to real-life situations. By presenting these themes in the context of epic battles and fantastic adventures, Toriyama makes them more accessible and engaging, allowing audiences to connect with the characters and their struggles on a deeper level. Whether you're a fan of Dragon Ball or just someone looking for some life lessons disguised as a martial arts anime, Toriyama's works have something to offer everyone. So next time you're watching Goku power up for the umpteenth time or Vegeta yelling about being the prince of all science, remember that there's more to Dragon Ball than meets the eye. And who knows, you might just learn something about life, friendship, and the importance of never giving up, no matter how many times you get knocked down.